There's a sort of endearing sense of naivety to Dorothea, and she's kind of peppered with this hint of kind of mischief and vulnerability, but she has this kind of strength, I feel, that only a mother truly has. I mean, it's an incredible role to get your teeth stuck into, isn't it?
Yeah, because she had all those contradictions. You're right. No, and I loved that, and I loved just sort of trusting that everything would sort of bubble up and without planning too much.
I mean, Beginners was such a great movie. Is it one of those things sometimes in this industry where when a director comes to you off the back of a project like that and it's as good as that, it's sometimes you're almost 90% going to say yes to the project, kind of irrespective of the role at hand?
Well, you know, in this case, I had seen Beginners. I had heard him interviewed on NPR in America, and it was a great interview, and I thought, who is that guy? He's so unusual. What an interesting point of view on life that he had. So he sent me the script and said he would need, first of all, for me to read it. If I liked it, he would meet with me. And if if he wanted me to do it, basically, then he would see, which makes perfect sense. So I read it just free, and oh my God, I loved it, because I grew up in Southern California at that time, and I had always thought that where I came from was so boring that no one would ever write about it. But no, somebody did. Mike did, even though it's Santa Barbara, which is slightly cooler than San Diego. But anyway, I loved it, and so I was thrilled. Although I didn't quite know who Dorothea was, but I loved the story, and I certainly loved the whole film. I was intrigued by Dorothea. And so then when we met, we had dinner, and actually he had dinner, and I just drank wine, and we talked.
Because, I mean, the film, like you said, is about being kind of raised in the 70s. And, I mean, you were a sort of teenager in the 70s,
yeah.
And now you're playing someone raising a teenager in the 70s. So did you use any kind of sort of parents or teachers to kind of help you kind of get into the head of this character that helped inform you when you were that age?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't directly think of any one person, which I very often do. But in this case, I didn't. He wanted me to think about Humphrey Bogart. It wasn't like I was doing a Humphrey Bogart impression, which would have been strange. Yeah. But he did say that she loved Humphrey Bogart, and that she also sort of wanted to be Humphrey Bogart. But there were women that I knew. In fact, the other day I realized that I did a play at the San Diego Repertory Theater when I was probably 19, and it was very much a feminist play of the time, and it was called Voices, and there were women of all different generations doing monologues, and so I was the youngest. But the lady who played the oldest was a lady named, I guess it was Marie, but she was Peckinpah. She was Sam Peckinpah's ex-wife, and Sam Peckinpah was this legendary American film director, and she was really a bohemian and really cool and interesting, and so I think she got in there somewhere.
Because, I mean, I think this film also thrives in this notion that we're all kind of flawed. I mean, obviously, Jamie's character's quite impressionable and quite impulsive, and he makes mistakes. But then as we kind of realised, we all do, regardless of kind of how old we are. I was wondering, do you remember when you kind of got to that point in your life where you realised that our parents and older people are fallible and they do make mistakes just like we do?
Yeah, and isn't it? It's such an important part of being human, being able to look at our own flaws, especially our own. If we're too hard on ourselves, I think it makes life too difficult. So I think when a filmmaker or any kind of storyteller, but in this case a filmmaker, can make a film and say, look how silly we are. Look, we make these mistakes, or look, we have these strengths and we have these beautiful parts of ourselves too. So I think Mike is someone who knows how to, in the end, sort of celebrate people, even though there's quite a bit of melancholy in the movies as well.
Yeah. And just very quickly, I mean, I thought when I saw this that you were sort of shoo-in for an Oscar nomination. And then you see the list of actresses this year, and supporting actresses as well, is incredible kind of amount of actresses in there. I mean, do you think that this is just a great year, or do you think we are seeing a change and there are better roles now out there for women?
Well, the roles this year really were phenomenal for women, so maybe that's just a change that will just continue to go on as men and women are making movies with more complex female characters. I think the more women write for men as well, I think that can be a very good thing, opens everything up. But it really is a great year for women and women actresses and the parts they got to play. It's been a great year.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,